Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 251 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me for yet another week. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming by and checking me out. I hope you enjoy it here and come back for more shenanigans. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week to see what kind of nonsense I'm up to and see what I've accomplished in the previous week. I'm going the wrong direction, aren't I? Anywho, I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here with me each and every week. I appreciated it so much. I truly do. If you've not yet subscribed, please do. It helps my little channel. And hit the bell notification to know when I've got new videos coming up. Hit the like and hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that YouTube-y stuff. Comment. I love reading your comments, and I try to respond to each and every one of them. So it's been a busy week. I've got a fair bit of crafting done, a lot of work stuff done. Kind of the usual. As you saw in my thumbnail, I will explain that. There is a good explanation for the thumbnail, and it still makes both the hubby and I snicker. Cracks me up. And I will explain that later. So, because you're here for the knitting, not necessarily for my Poopsie stuffy. Anyway, my progress, I've worked on 2 projects this week, and I've made a decent amount of progress, relatively speaking, on both of them. I forgot to tell you. It is Friday the 28th of March, 2025, and I'm filming this late in the afternoon, so the lighting might be kind of not so great. We've been out most of the day, and tomorrow we'll be out even more of the day. On Saturday we'll be out even more of the day. We'll be gone by 9 in the morning. I don't think we'll be home much before 5 in the afternoon. Probably not. So I'm going to film today, filming on Friday. I will get the editing and things done later this afternoon or this evening, and it'll be uploaded and ready to go live tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. So that's the plan. So my progress this week. First one is in this little bag that I made for myself a while back. These are my mismatch 2 at a time toe up sort of shorty socks using my Opal advent calendar. And I got a little bit of work done on those this past week. Someone put in the comments, and I thought this was perfect. For those of you that don't like the mismatch socks, pretend I'm making another pair of mismatched socks and that there's going to be another one of each of these. Just pretend that. It'll sit nicely in your head. So here's my progress on these guys. So I was at the marker last week, so I've added a little bit, not a lot, but I have added a little bit to them. I have 10, almost 20, getting closer to 20 rounds on the foot done. I need 55 on my foot before I start doing the gusset increasing. And I know I keep promising I'm going to write a pattern out and do a tutorial. It is still on my to-do list, but until this semester winds down, which won't be for a month, I don't have, between that and Sock Madness, I've got about that much spare time. So I apologize that that's such a delay in getting that done. But those are my 2 at a time toe up sort of shorty socks, and they are with my Opal yarn advent calendar that I got in 2023. And I think it was from Purple Circle Yarn Co. And I believe she's out of Canada. I don't know if she still does the advent calendars. I know she does have the small minis of Opal yarn. So if you do want to get some in the 20 grams, she often has some. So my other project is my Sock Madness 19 round 2 socks. And they are starting to look like a pair of socks now. They're not quite done. They're probably, I'd say about half, 2/3 done, roughly. And I realized after I was doing the editing last week, I never told you the name of the pattern last week. Anywho, the name of the pattern is Chattahoochee, and it's by Shu Yi Wu. And it is named after that song by Alan Jackson. I had to go through the Rolodex. I was thinking Randy Travis. I thought that's wrong. That's wrong. It's by Alan Jackson. And it's just because it's a meandering river is what the designer thought the pattern looked like. So, if you remember last week, it was worked in the flat, and then you got to a certain point and then you connected it and made a tube out of it. Now I'm at the point with one of the socks, I'm starting the heel turn and it'll start moving into the sole of the sock. And then the second one, I have to pick up the stitches and do the same heel turn, or heel flap, heel turn, and then the sole. So these are awkward to show. I will show you the one that just has the, it's sewn together, it's ready for picking up the stitches. So here's what it looks like now. So it's starting to look like a sock. It's also looking like it's very large. I keep saying it looks gigantic. I'm probably going to be horribly embarrassed when I'm done and they fit my big fat feet. I'll probably eat my words keep saying that these things look huge. So here's the leg. This part here will be the top of the foot, and then down where my wrist goes here, you're doing a heel turn or heel flap. Then you'll have the heel turn. You'll pick up stitches on either side of this front top flap, and you'll do the sole along the bottom here, and then you'll come to doing the toe at the end here. But it's a neat design. It's a really neat ripple design. I'm using Bernat Socks yarn for this. The second sock is a little trickier to show because I'm working on the heel flap right now. And I'm all tangled up. So here's the two socks side by side. So you can see that the ripples go in opposite directions. They're going one direction on the right sock and one direction on the left sock. And I have them on the, if I'm doing this properly, the right sock I'll put on my right hand side and the left on the left hand side. But you can see how the ripple goes in opposite directions. So this might not have been the best yarn for this. It was highly recommended that you use self-striping yarn. This one is just like, it's not quite self-striping, but sort of. The pattern has an option. You can either use a contrasting color for the remainder, or you can use the same yarn. I opted to use the same yarn. I don't have other yarn the same as this specific brand, and this is a little heavier, so I didn't want to get something that used a yarn that was a lot thinner than this is, and I honestly I don't have the gumption to go rooting through my stash to find something that would work perfectly. I don't have the gumption for that. I don't have the time or the energy to do that. And I've seen several socks that are using the same yarn on the sole, and it looks cool. So I picked up you pick up all the stitches all the way around here, all the way down both sides and across the end here. So I've done the first little bit of the heel flap. I think I've only done about 5 rounds or 5 rows. So I have a ways to go, and then I'll be ready to keep going down the sole. So I'm curious to see how it comes together. Very curious to see how it comes together. But in time. I will get there in time. I think there's only 7 out of 35 spots on my team full, or at least that was when I looked this morning. That may have changed by now. I think I'll probably make it through this round unless a boatload of people finish between now and I don't have a lot of spare time to knit this weekend. So unless a lot of people finish between now and the end of the weekend, I might not make it through. I might. Stay tuned. We shall find out if I make it through to the next round or not. Hopefully I do, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm drinking some cold tea. It's what was left from this morning. I'm drinking it now. It's definitely iced tea now. Anywho, so that's all my knitting for the week. I haven't worked on any of my other whips. I do need to get going on those one of these days, but for now, it's Sock Madness season. Everything else gets put aside and ignored. So, it is what it is. So, this morning, we went out on Friday is almost always what hubby and I call date day. So we make a point where hubby works weekends. We make a point of doing something on Fridays. Is the best day that we can both get some time to just spend the day together. So he's having a nap right now. I'm getting this filmed. And then we're going to go see a little concert in the movie theater across the street from us this evening. So that's not till 7 o'clock. So we have we have time for that. But this morning we went out. We had a bunch of errands to run. I had to have my anniversary ring inspected. I have to go in every 6 months to keep the warranty up on that. So I had to get that done. Hubby had to drop off a little package at a friend's place, about 45-minute drive from here. We were already going up that way anywho, but he thought he'll drop that off for her while we were up there. We had to get some banking done. We went out for lunch. We went and checked out this thrift store that I keep seeing ads and things about it on Facebook. And I kept seeing they had all of these upholstery sample books that they were selling. And I wanted them. And they kept having these pictures showing them week after week. That I want to go up there, I want to get some of those because I want to make little bags out of them and stuff. So we went there. They're gone. All of them are gone. He said he sold them all. I'm not 100% sure if that is true. Whatever, they're gone. They're all gone. And I am sad. Because I really wanted to get a bunch of them. And we just didn't have time. They're only open Friday, Saturday. And we just did not have time literally in the last month. There's something going on every weekend that we couldn't get up there. So I missed out on those. But when we went for lunch, we went and had lunch and it was delicious. Hubby had a sub sandwich and I had a patty melt with fries. And then they had one of those stuffy claw machine things in the lobby entryway. And we were looking at the stuff in there. And hubby, every once in a while, he gets a kick out of trying to win something in there. And he almost never wins something because I think those machines are rigged that you're not going to win. So we saw one, I thought, I want that. This one. I want this thing. And when hubby saw it, we both cracked up laughing. So I stuck $1 in there and he tried and it was off to the side a bit and it was hard to catch it. He did catch it and he had 2 other things. There was like 3 things all attached on there. So he's coming across and of course they all dropped. But that left this guy just perched on the top So he stuffed another $1 into this machine, and bingo, he got it. So now the story behind this. We're both Coke drinkers, not Pepsi drinkers, but that's not the story behind it. Years ago, before we got married, so this is in the mid-80s, this is going back a long time. We were just chatting, and just all of a sudden, out of the blue, then boyfriend, excuse me, he called me Poopsiekins, and the nickname stuck. And over the years, it's shortened down from Poopsiekins to Poopsie to Poops. So that is his usual nickname for me. It's usually Poopsie or Poops. So when we saw this that said Poopsie, I thought, this has to come home with me. I want this so bad. I am actually super happy that he only had to put $2 in the machine to get it. But my nickname is Poopsie from the hubby. So it was perfect. Perfect. So that is the story. I told you I could explain why my thumbnail was a stuffed drink can kind of thing that says Poopsie on it. So that's the story about why I have a stuffed critter, or a little stuffy with Poopsie written on it. And I love it, absolutely love it. So I thought that was so cute. So this week coming up, this weekend is really busy. So we had things going on all day today, and then we had a couple errands we had to run on the way home. We had to fuel up the car. We stopped at a couple shops, had a few things we had to get done. There's a concert tonight, and then tomorrow I have a new student welcome thing on campus. So my sidekick and I will be in our little room to meet any prospective students that are joining our program, which typically means we will see nobody, because our major is what's known as a discovery major. And what that means is that students, very rarely will students come in as a freshman saying that our program is what they want to major in. Before they can actually declare their major in our program, they have to have a certain number of credit hours, they have to have a certain GPA, all this stuff. So it's rare that we get somebody that will come straight out of high school or straight into straight into campus saying, this is the major I want. Even if it is the major they want, they cannot officially join our major until I think it's in their second year. So that means that we almost never have anybody coming to us with noisy semi, sorry. We almost never have students come to talk with us at this event, because we rarely get students that know that our major is the one they want right from the get-go. We do get them every once in a while. Last year we had no one. The year before we had one. The year before that, I think we had 2 one year. So there's been several years where we've had someone that's come, and we've had someone that's come right out of high school knowing that was what they wanted to do. And those are typically students who have parents or family members who are already in the healthcare industry. And that's typically when we'll have someone that'll come out saying, it's like, this is the major I want to do. So in that case, we'll probably have no students. I haven't heard anything that we have a certain number of students already coming in to see us. I haven't heard anything like that. So my guess is it'll just be my sidekick and I sitting in a classroom by ourselves. That'll give us an hour to chat. We don't see each other that often. I'm strictly online this semester, and even when we're both on campus, she's there Tuesday, Thursday, I'm there Monday, Wednesday. So we don't cross paths that often. We don't often get a time to sit and yak. So that'll happen tomorrow morning. And then once we're finished with that, we have a funeral to go to in the afternoon. It's about a little over an hour's drive from our place, about an hour from hubby's work. So tomorrow morning I'm going to drop off hubby at work so he can get all his last minute things organized and done before church on Sunday morning. As soon as I'm done on campus, I'm going to buzz back to his work, pick him up. It's only like a mile or so apart, 2 miles apart. And then we'll head up to the funeral. So I should be done by 11. Funeral's not till 2 o'clock. So we'll have time to stop somewhere for lunch and have plenty of time to get there to get a seat at the funeral and all that stuff. So that's what's going on Saturday. So the funeral's at 2, and then there's visitation with the family after the funeral. So the funeral's probably going to be half an hour to an hour, and then all the meet and greet and chit-chatty stuff afterwards. So they'll have food and snacks and whatnot. So that'll probably take at least an hour or two. This is a bunch of pastors and their wives and friends. So typically all these pastors are talkers. So there will be lots of talking happening. So I don't think we'll get out of there before 3 or 4, and then it'll be an hour's drive home. So tomorrow's a long day, so I'm not going to get much time to get any knitting done tomorrow until we get back home again. Oh well. Then Sunday is our typical, we have church in the morning. I'll probably have a nap in the afternoon because after today and tomorrow I'm just going to be tuckered out by Sunday. So I have a nap in the afternoon, then I have to get school stuff organized so it's all ready to go Monday morning. And then finally comes Monday, we're back to normal. And then I have grading to do and stuff. So I'm hoping to have the socks done, the competition socks done by the end of the weekend. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll finish them on Monday and hopefully there's still a spot open for me. Time will tell on that one. But otherwise, that's about it. I don't think I know much of anything else new or exciting to tell you about. So I shall let you go, and I will see you guys again next week. Alrighty, take care everyone. Bye.